Every week you hear me talk about the Shack here on the program, the Shack Barbecue at 2309 North Frankfort. Today we have in studio the owners of the Shack, Kelly and Kyle. Welcome to the show. How are you?
We're doing good, Chad. Thanks for having us on.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. Of course, not open today, getting ready for tomorrow. And, it's kind of a long wait for people, between Sunday and Wednesday.
Well, we try not to take too long, but we got to at least cook some food on those days off.
That's right. Well, you've been open, over a year, correct?
Yeah, just right over a year. A couple weeks ago, on the 5th is when our year anniversary hit for the Shack. So it's doing really well. We had no idea it'd be so popular by this point in time. So
how did it all come together? Like what made you guys go, you know what, we need to open up a barbecue place?
Well, we had a great opportunity to lease out the location that we're at right now, and we didn't really know exactly what kind of food we wanted to sell, and we had been doing barbecues in our backyard for a couple years, just with friends and family, and every week we'd kind of get together and Kyle would try new recipes, and we'd mix it up a little bit. And, we said we want some local, fresh-made barbecue in this town, some mom-and-pop kind of barbecue.
I always say, my friends were my guinea pigs, so once they stopped complaining.
You have some lucky friends, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? Bring in a second, thirds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this.
I'll have to try this again. I don't know about this.
I don't know. I'm kind of undecided right now. That's how just going through and Texas Monthly. They do their barbecue special every year, and you hear about a lot of these folks who have gotten started across the state. In barbecue. That's how they got started. It was in the backyard, just cooking.
Yeah, and, barbecue, there's not a whole lot of, I guess, classically trained chefs that do barbecue. You're right. It's more of a backyard, more of kind of a community-type cooking, which, I was a bartender before this, so this is my first kitchen gig, so we're still learning. We're still trying to make it the best we can possibly make it. We're happy with our product now, but if there's any room for improvement, we would love to do it, and we're always got our wheels spinning on, stuff we can make better or, do differently.
Well, so, I would think with something like brisket, which is very hard to do. You're always experimenting with what you can and what you can't do. What was, kind of the road like as far as, experimenting and everything else when it comes to brisket? Because that's one of those that, if you can get brisket down, if you can cook a great brisket, then everything else sort of falls into place, it seems.
Definitely, and that's our top seller. I mean, we sell a ton out of brisket. I think the hardest part was figuring out how to hold it, all day long at safe temperatures without overcooking it or drying it out. In the backyard, you cook one or two briskets, and at the Shack, now we're cooking up to 12 briskets a day, and we hope to, do more than that. But, the flavor and the smoke. A lot of people, don't like an over-smoked meat either, and we try and really make sure that we pull it and wrap it before we start, drying it out or giving you, that over-smoke where you get your heartburn and your indigestion and all that stuff. So,
people ever ask you for advice?
Oh yeah, all the time. They either ask me or give me advice, and sometimes, it's good advice. Sometimes it's, okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll check that out. Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll file that away for later on.
Yeah.
If we're getting to the summer months, people are going to try to cook out in the backyard, and eventually they're going to screw it up, so they're going to come and see you guys. But if someone wants to try and cook, what's the best advice you can give for someone who maybe wants to try their hand at a brisket?
A good quality brisket's really important. As you talk about, we get ours from Raider Red Meats over at Tech, and they do a great job. They age their briskets 45 days, so some of that starts breaking down, starts loosening up, and it enhances the beef flavor. When we first opened, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so we would go to Sam's every day, buy enough groceries for the day, cook it, sell it, and then go that night and restock. So the briskets were good, but I think they're a lot better now that we have that. And, if you can't make it by tech or you can't afford it, a good brisket, look for, kind of a flexible one, a choice cut. They don't dry out as bad. And then it's tough, but, about every 30 minutes you got to go check your smoker and make sure you're at temperature. And, temperature control is the key on some of that stuff. So
yeah, got to have patience, and you got to go out there and make sure you give it a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and when people screw it up, they just come and see you guys.
Yeah, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have given bad advice. But no.
Yeah, just forget everything we just said.
And honestly, yeah, brisket's a tough one. Some people, it's got to have fat on it. Some people don't understand that. When we send it out to restaurants, some people are, it was kind of fatty. The fat's what keeps it moist. The fat's what gives it flavor. And, if we trimmed all the fat off, it would just be pieces of beef jerky that we were sending out. So, unfortunately, the fat's a huge part of what it is. And we don't leave it on there to make more money. We leave it on there to make better barbecue. So
yeah, absolutely. The Shack Barbecue, 2309 North Frankfort. What's the future hold for the Shack?
Oh, man, I don't know. We have no idea. I guess long days and more hours and
long lines out the door.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting more kitchen equipment here pretty soon. We're going to try and maximize how much food we can hold so we can sell more. We've been selling out quite a bit, which is a good thing, but we also want to be able to feed the public. So we're getting more space in the restaurant, hopefully, to do that. And we'll just hopefully be able to double what we're doing now this time next year.
All right. Well, it's the Shack Barbecue, one of the big success stories in Lubbock, Texas this year, and tremendous growth over at the Shack, and like we talk about here on the show, best barbecue out in West Texas.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thanks for stopping by today. And again, hours Wednesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. But if you follow them on Twitter or on Facebook, many days they're not open at 8 p.m. anymore. It sells out early. So
yeah.
But people can call ahead, right? If they want to get a brisket, or if they want to get ribs and they know they're not going to be able to swing by until about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they can call ahead and reserve one.
Yeah, definitely. Since we never know when we're going to sell out, please call ahead and we'll set your order aside for you.
All right. Guys, thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Chad.
Good to see you. The Shack Barbecue, 2309 North Frankfort. Head by there. Not today because they're not going to be open. But Wednesday through Sunday, go by and see them 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Dine-in, carry-out, and catering available.